imagine that child in a 54-year-old body and a lot of knowledge about venture capital, mergers and acquisitions, but can't execute his way outside of a box without somebody holding their hand.
Got it. Anybody we know?
Yeah, me. I just got diagnosed a couple of years ago, and what's interesting is I had no idea that this kind of stuff can happen in adults that are very effective in the past, and that you reach a point in your adulthood where life comes to a grinding halt, and it's like I don't understand it.
Yeah, no, Maddie, my youngest daughter, she's 21.
Yeah.
She was diagnosed in grade 8, 8th grade.
Yeah.
And the weirdest thing was, like, grade 2, 3, 4, all the teachers kept saying, she's such a disruptive child. She won't sit still. She can't concentrate. She never focuses. And then in grade 5, this teacher said to me, Maddie's very bright. She's very social. And traditional learning's just not for her, is it? I went, no. And her 5th grade teacher totally got her. We got to 6th grade. We took her out of school, put her in late French immersion. She had a beautiful teacher who loved her. Grade 7, her and her teacher butted heads. She went through 3 different schools in 3 different years. We got private tutoring for her. When anybody just got her and knew how to work with her, she excelled.
That's me. When I was in the Marine Corps, I crushed it.
Yeah.
Went back to college, I got into the honors program, and I graduated with cum laude, which was like a miracle because the first time around it was a 1.6 GPA. And then I worked at KPMG, was a CPA, and I just crushed it, right? Yeah. And then since I left there, I've done $1 billion in deals. I mean, like, I'm an animal. But now that I don't, well, I've been in unstructured time and been okay, but I just watched a movie from Canada, actually, about adult ADHD. And I was so relieved to know that I'm not just fundamentally broken, that there really is an explanation for why I can't seem to ship a product and why I can't seem to manage my own time and money. So that's the air war part, to use the Lisa Cherney language, right?
Lisa Cherney and her GFR squad now, hey?
What's that?
Her GFR squad.
What is that?
So she's just at the tail end of working with Lisa Sastovich. She's left, effectively.
Okay.
And her new business is GFR.life.
Oh, and what is that?
Excuse the language, but get fucking real.
I love it.
But literally, that is her website, her podcast, everything is, and all of her people who follow her, she's called her squad, and it's a GFR squad.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So, to give you,
so you probably know that Sassy is done at Thanksgiving, like finished, completely gone.
No, I did not know that.
Yep, yeah, it is no more as of the event that she did a couple of weeks ago in San Diego that I spoke at.
Yeah,
was her last event. There's one fancy retreat in July in Palm Springs, actually, and so, that is it.
How come?
I truthfully, I don't really know. I just think Lisa is just in a different place, and yeah, all the staff were given notice. So as of July, everybody's done.
Wow. Ooh, you know what? That's really interesting. The woman that was her chief operating officer, I want to hire her so bad. I talked to her at the airport coming back from Tucson.
She lives in San Diego.
I know. And I had a conversation with her at the airport, and I was planting seeds for, one day, I was trying to, I didn't think I could actually pull her out of Sassy, but I was planting seeds and trying to see if there was any interest or not. She was very interested, but obviously she was very comfortable at that time.
She lives in the houses, her actual house is for sale right now. She had open houses this weekend. They're selling their house and downsizing a little bit to move in with her mother-in-law because her mother-in-law is getting dementia. But at the same time, she doesn't know what to do with herself, and she's protecting her assets by selling the home, which they thought was their forever home. But yeah, no, she's definitely in. I think she's the last one to leave with Lisa, so I'm not sure if she's there till October or not.
Uh-huh.
But she'll be the last man standing, but she's on notice.
Remind me her name?
Andrea Almaraz.
Yes. Okay. Well, I know we only have 30 minutes on the calendar. So,
what we got?
So I want to take you through what we have, what's working, what's not working, how we need help, and next steps. Based on our previous conversation, I think I can go fairly quickly. So who do we help? Venture capital investors and the entrepreneurs that they invest in, both the investors and the companies. Why? Who are frustrated with, sound familiar?
Yeah.
They're frustrated with the 85% failure rate. And a Harvard Business Review report says that 85% of startup companies, even that get funding, fail to produce a dollar for dollar cash return to the investors. I've been in that business for 27 years, and it's not acceptable to me for two reasons. If the venture capitalists want to throw billions of dollars in a gambling expedition and write off 85% because that they know that the losers will pay for the winners, that's their business. But you're burning up 4 years on average of founders' lives, and I am not okay with that. Right. I know we can do better. As a former Marine, I think it's BS, and the poor founders are not being provided with the appropriate training and support that they need to be successful. So the solution is continuing education and support for the company's full life cycle, not just an incubation period where they cram them through 3 or 4 months of, education. And then most incubators, you're familiar with incubators, right? So we partner with a lot of incubators, and they bring me in to speak very frequently because I'm the guy on fundraising, right? And I'm also the guy on everything else because, of course, when you try to do fundraising, you lift up the hood and everything else under there. But what we're doing with incubators is partnering with them because they're giving birth to orphans. They give birth to the companies, and then they don't provide any support. And I'm like, great, give them all to us. And so our goal is to provide not just education, but peer groups, right? And this is our curriculum. The first 2 phases are all about fundraising and getting to a closing of a deal. Phase 3 is now you've got the money in the bank. Oh my gosh, how do I manage a board meeting and not make a fool out of myself? And how do you recruit your team? How do you get the valuation up? And then guess what? You're going to do the next round of funding. Phase 4 is optimizing the exit event. We do scenario mapping way ahead of time. We plant seeds. We talk about, putting 10% of your stock into a tax-free trust before it's worth anything, and all of that. And then phase 5 is after you sell your company, how do you move from financial success to life significance? Most of them, we encourage them to take the Billionaires Giving Pledge to pledge to 50%. Most of them want to become angel investors, and we train them on how to do that. Most of them at some point will want to plan another company and serve on boards, and so we train that. Now, you may remember that my thing that I said I wanted to do, I always talked about my secret dream was to be the Larry King Live of the startup world.
Yes, yes.
I need to stop calling it my secret dream and actually do it because I have over 200 hours of recorded video. And guess what? Only 15% of it has ever been seen by anybody. And
wow.
That is killing me inside. And I know that it is ADD and the air war.
Yeah.
I have I can get access to some of the most high profile people in the venture business. For example, Dave Burkus in the upper left-hand corner, He's the chairman emeritus of Tech Coast Angels, which is the largest angel investment group, most active. He agreed to be the chairman of my company and has been coaching me for a year. Brian Smith, the founder of...
I've met him actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I lived in Australia, yeah.
So I taught a 2.5-hour class with him, and we recorded it with 3 cameras and high quality audio. And guess what? Nobody's ever seen it.
Buddy.
It is horrible. It's a crime. And I have been basically, well, never mind. It doesn't matter. So here's the comprehensive program for long-term development.
Yeah.
World-class curriculum. This dynamically delivered thing has really got legs because at the request of our audience, we're creating micro-learning modules that are 3 to 5 minutes long, because they always come back and ask me the question about whatever, valuation. And I'm like, oh, do you remember when we went through valuation on this? And they're like, oh yeah, I'd love to watch that again. So that is something that's very popular, but it requires editing and packaging and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if you've ever tried to have someone who created videos to be the editor, but it's never done.
Right. Yes. No, I know. Yeah.
And then we have given it more shape now. We call it the Dealmaker Academy, and everybody loves that because it does not exist. Like I said, we have 200 hours of courses and tutorials recorded. You can choose from a self-paced or a live group and get what you need when you need it. Live monthly web. I mean, it's a SASE for venture capital, right? But not SASE for not to.
Yeah, not an SDS kind of model, yeah.
So we probably just finished this about a month ago to really organize the content in a rational, into 2 tracks. You know, if you're a deal maker, like this Mergers and Acquisitions 101, again, that was developed because customers asked us for it. And even the people that have MBAs from Wharton and Stanford, they're like, how many, all of these people that venture capitalists invest money in, the one thing that the investor wants is a financial exit. And my question is, well, how many of the people that are in those companies, running those companies, have ever had a class at the college level called Advanced Corporate Finance - Mergers and Acquisitions? And you know that it's a very small percentage. And even the one, I was talking with a Wharton MBA at the time, and he's like, I got a Wharton MBA and I want that class. And so the idea is that we create a no-brainer price for everybody to join on a monthly basis. And the difference between $10 and $25 for bronze and silver is you get live webinars every month. And if you're really cheap and you just want to go through our content and you don't want to go live, then that's fine. Who can not part with $10? And they're all going to end up at the $25 level anyway. And then we can throw in coaching with an associate. And then there's a lot of people that want it done for them. And I have a price for that as well. And that one is here. So we will do about a 20-hour consulting project. And instead of teaching them, we'll actually do the package and walk them through it. And we've been charging $5,000 for that. And obviously we're not making money. But I believe for venture funded companies, we can get 12 grand for it. And then if they want us to present it to the board of directors once a quarter, then we can get 60 grand for it. And
yeah.
So,
so
also,
it's all on Kajabi, do they just see there, right?
So I just started with Kajabi.
Yeah.
I was on Entreport, and I love Kajabi so far.
Yeah.
But
we have about 3 clients who are all Kajabi everything. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now we also have a veteran program that I created at the request of UC San Diego. And we got congressmen and senators and the chancellor of the university We got the commanding officers of Naval Base Coronado, Naval Base San Diego, and we graduated the first class, and I can't find the slides right now, but it's called Startup Battlefield 101.
Okay.
Everybody loves it, and let me show you one thing real fast. Hold on. So this is Startup Battlefield 101.
Oh, would you look at that?
And the military loves this. Everybody in the military now and the Department of Defense, they want to innovate. And they are clueless. And so I know that we can easily sell the course that we already recorded. It's 8 weeks, 8 90-minute webinars. We did it all via webinar. We recorded all of it. And I know that we can sell 10,000 of those things. It's a no-brainer. There's a lot of people trying to help veterans, but nobody has what we have. And more importantly, nobody has $1 billion of deals done. And a veteran like me, I was in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, I understand it. Yeah.
So, okay, so that was the short version. What's working and what's not working?
Okay.
So we have outstanding content. Everybody tells us, wow, this content is great. I want more. Secondly, there's great demand for it, and they want it in the format that we do. Thirdly, all the incubators want to partner with us. And fourthly, all of the venture capital firms just recently started hiring a new position called Head of Platform and Learning.
Huh.
And so the idea, and also there are 700 new venture capital funds that were formed in the last 2 years, and I have all of their names and most of their email addresses. And the whole thing is, okay, are you going to train them and develop the curriculum, or are you going to rent it from us?
Right.
And that's an easy sell. So I have the direct, direct marketing email, how to get to them. So I'm not guessing who my market is. I know exactly who they are.
Got it.
So what's not working is my ADD.
Yes.
But underneath that is marketing to include packaging, bundling, monetization. We've already got the pricing figured out, and I have circulated that among all of our advisory board and, probably 50 other people in our circle, and they absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have tried to build a team with limited success because I didn't realize what ADD did. And I didn't explain to them why everything was a fire drill, because I didn't realize it myself. And so you burn people out that way.
Right. Yes.
And I haven't told very many people this because I'm ashamed of it, but I'm flat broke. I spent not only all of my money, I went $100,000 in debt. And if you're smart, you file for bankruptcy and you keep your retirement money. If you're foolish, you spend all your retirement money too. I literally am on food stamps. And I'm ashamed to tell you that, but I have to tell people because I can't solve it by myself.
And I remember you sharing with me a little bit about that this time last year, and also about your divorce from your wife, who had a lot more powerful lawyer than you were able to show up with, right?
Yeah, that's a part of it, but I kind of go out of my way not to allow that to be an excuse.
No, I understood. But yeah, no, I did know a little bit about that. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, she was a borderline. I don't know if you remember that part, but.
Yeah, you said, yeah.
So that's the short version. But one of the things that we talked about, and one of the things that's apparent to me is that the things that you do line up exactly with what we need.
Yeah.
including Kajabi.
Yeah.
Secondly, I just think you're an awesome guy, and I would love to do business with you. And thirdly, I am very open to sharing profits and equity and all that kind of stuff because I've been praying about it a lot. And I don't think God wants me to let all of this stuff die on the vine and go work at Trader Joe's.
No, I'm sure not. Yeah, I hear you. So, in your advisory board, are any of those people giving you seed money or anything like that, or are they just giving you advice?
They're just giving advice right now. If I could actually hit launch deadlines and execute effectively, it would be very easy to raise money, especially now that we have the $25 a month pricing model. Um, if we show 2 months of new customers buying the $25 a month, it will be very easy for us to raise about $350,000. As long as every month we show the number of new subscribers going up and to the right, it will not only be easy to raise money, but it would be very easy to set up the nonprofit and basically, instead of charging veterans $25 a month, which it's taboo to charge veterans anything, we go to Microsoft and Starbucks and we sell scholarships to them in bulk.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And I know we can crush it just on the veteran side. So that's my story, and it sounds pathetic and exciting, but I've learned that you just have to lay the truth out there and see where God takes it. So.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And that's kind of like where we left it a little bit last time. And we are so busy being really well paid.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just talking to Debbie yesterday. We bought a round table for our office downstairs about a year ago, and we bought 2 chairs from Staples.
Yeah.
And I said, one day we'll have 4 people sitting around this table. We now have 5, and it's like, I need a big table, which is great, but at the same time, I have so little capacity to do anything more than we're doing, and we're getting fully paid for what we're doing. So,
sure.
And yeah, it was funny. I was just on a podcast yesterday with Augie, if you remember him from Florida.
I do.
And he was just talking about tithing, and his big thing is wheelchairs. And he raised enough money to send 200 wheelchairs in a container to Guatemala. And then he went to Guatemala and built all these wheelchairs and gave them out to everybody.
Wow.
We just talked about passion projects. And I recently took one on because we had a girl who bought the courses, and she really wanted to buy private coaching, and I wouldn't take the money off her because she's stage 4 cancer. Ooh. And I don't even know if she'll see the year out, but she's so passionate that she's more about legacy now than success. And I really, really wanted to help her. So I took her on under my wing. It's not pro bono because she's covered the hard costs, but everything else we're doing, as I say, I'm calling it a passion project.
Right.
But finding the time and I'm making the time. But man, I mean, I left my desk at 10:15 last night after 5 a.m. yesterday.
Right.
The hours that you can do. And
yeah,
I know what you're saying. And it could be very lucrative. It's just how would I carve out the time whenever, we literally hired somebody else last week. My payroll is scaring me a little bit but at the same time, I'm looking at it as my investment portfolio.
Yep.
Because these guys are all probably 10x their salary for me. But I'm fine as long as the business is bringing in lots every month. It's not an issue. My brain just goes to, well, what if we had a quiet month? What if we had 2 quiet months? And then it's like, oh, I don't even want to think that far. It's not going to happen. It's fine.
So let me ask something. What would your normal pricing be, and what would the scope and structure look like?
So what other than this PowerPoint, what elements do you have in terms of website branding?
I have a full branding package completed. I paid $5,000, so we've got the colors and the tone and the language and the avatar and all of that. I've done a ton of that.
Yeah.
And we have, I mean, we basically have all of the ingredients available, and we just need a master chef to come in and cook the souffle.
Okay. So do you have all of that in a Dropbox or something that I could look at?
Yeah, I can put it there. I need to organize it a bit and put it in a Dropbox, but yes.
Yeah, and in terms of, and then obviously you've got Kajabi, so you're going to use that as your website and training platform.
Yes, man, I love that. I wish I would have found it a long time ago. I just started a month ago.
It's not brilliant for SEO for blogging,
Yeah.
but for course integration and website look and feel, it's great. So my next call is just coming in here. Hi Sheila. Could you Dropbox me that, and then I'll get back. I'll circle back to you either tomorrow or Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have the ability to incrementally fund so if we take what that normal pricing package would look like and then break it up into 3 or 4 stair steps,
Yeah.
then I can make that happen.
Okay.
In fact, people are asking me to create a venture fund, and they want to invest in it and wrap it around smart money. So the idea is that you start with $1,000, and then you hit a specified customer acquisition goal. Then you jump to $5,000, and you hit a specified customer acquisition goal. Then you jump to $10,000. And so the idea is progressive investment in the same way progressive betting works.
Okay. We have the exact program. It's called VIP Titanium.
Yep.
I'm running it right now with 3 different clients, one of which is on Kajabi. One we just actually, her appointment was 4:15, so I think she was just checking the link. But anyway, she's gone again. So let me just share my screen a wee second.
Okay.
So, okay, and then no, this one. Okay. So what I've got is give me a second. I just got too many windows open here to find. So this is one of the businesses that we're doing. So this is a book launch for a Bob Proctor organization. So it's very, very cool. So we've created, it's a beautiful thing. And this is going to be a New York Times best-selling book in the fall, all about the characters. So we've got different characters coming. Let's see, we haven't revealed them all yet, but she's not done yet. Let me pick one that we've done. Emily's done.
I like this already.
So a lot of white space, Apple sort of style, but very. And then we've got this incredible giveaway, which is it's called the Imagination Guide, it's a 50-page book, and it's this quality graphics all the way through, helping people really just wrap their mind around their imagination. And this website's live, so by all means, have a look at it.
Okay.
And then the other lady I'm working with, and she's in Northern California. Oh, what happened then? Oh no. Keeps popping up and then disappearing on me. So this is the Kajabi one. Oh, this is the Kajabi one. And 72 units, all video driven, all built, all in the back end. And so video and everything, all about working with this. We're still in the early stages, so it's there, it's good enough, but it's not finished yet, but very much around who she is and what she does, and
nice.
Her PhD and how her brain broke with an aneurysm and where she's at now and what all this looks like. She's from Spain.
Nice.
And then we're working with a third one, which, could I show you? anyway, you can see the kind of work that goes into these kind of pieces.
Yeah. No
So,
wonder I've been struggling to do it all myself.
oh, and you know, it takes a village, man.
Yep.
So all different, you know, logos and graphics. And the website's not live yet, so I can't show it to you. It's all in PSD files right now, but everything we do is recorded. All the strategy, every single meeting is here that we go through with these people, and that's the kind of work that we do, and it's all in this program here. When it opens, and it's called VIP Titanium.
Uh-huh.
So what it does, so I have way too many tabs open, as you can see.
Yeah, me too.
So basically, the question is, are you bigger than your brand? You've done well. I mean, you've done $1 billion in deals. You know what to do. You just don't know how to take it to the next level. So these are all different projects that we've been working on. What we call no more website shame, so that the website really works. You get out of this state, and we bring we bring you into upgrading into a world-class online presence to turn you into a superstore. So we get the story piece, so that people really understand who you are and how you got to it.
Yeah.
We paint the timeline. We create a bunch of graphics so people can see how it all came together. We up-level the brand so that it really feels like it's $1 million brand. Putting that kind of stuff together. Then you saw some of the project management where everything is, we take all the elements, put it into a cohesive system, build it all out, and then we get that content that converts. So we have a PR specialist, I have a journalist specialist, and then we start making amazing PDFs and graphics and video. I mean, it's a quick example. I mean, this is one of the videos that we made for this client.
Nice.
As it comes through.
Yeah, that's good.
So, I mean, they're a window and door company, but they're really not. They're a lifestyle brand. So we've now painted them as a lifestyle brand rather than just windows and doors.
Yep.
And they sell, I mean, they're movie star homes. I mean, typically.
Yeah.
So the custom branding comes with it. And then people are like, I absolutely love my website. It converts. I get money out of it. People buy the courses. All of that is, goes into the planning of it. Just some testimonials, and this is exactly what we do. So 100% done, 100% white glove. Give us everything. We convert it into that, and then we have a lot of training that can come with this, between social media and the boot camp, the public relations, the content writing. This is my team now. And that's the whole program. And we can do it. We say in as little as 90 days. It's more like 120 to 150. But we said we'd do 10 this year. And I have 4 spots left. And the next slot, really isn't until September now. But it works. So the question is, what's the investment, right?
Right.
So we are selling this at 45,000. And I almost think it's too cheap because we're selling it no trouble.
Sure.
I think it probably should be 60, but it isn't yet. But it will be, I'm sure, by this time next year. Yep. But it's everything. My whole team, my brain, my 2 of the directors' team brains, the PR strategy, the blogging piece, the social media piece, the website piece, the course rolling out. It's all done. And it seems, I think that's probably the perfect package. We might be able to save some money if you've already done all the branding piece. I can look at it. Okay. If we've got the Kajabi website back end, we can build the front end to go with it. So that would save us a lot of money. So you might be saving 15,000 right there if it's a Kajabi site that's already built and the branding's already done. Right. Potentially. So we might be at the 25 to 30 price bracket. But that's what we'd be looking at.
Okay. And what I would ask you to think about is, if I could get from an investor So let's say that, so I would want to give you a revenue share, um, of X percent of the revenue that comes in, and we can even stagger that so that you get a larger percentage in the first 30 days and then the next 30 days, so that so it gets you whole on cash quickly and gives you upside participation in that creates some of your lockbox money, some of your passive income.
Okay.
And that we would ramp to that. Like I said, like I could get an investor to put up, 1,000 and then 5,000 and then 10,000 and then get you all the way up to the full price, and have that revenue share. So what I would ask you to do is kind of think in your mind what numbers would be attractive in that realm and what we might be able to work out. Because when I say start at 1,000 and 5,000, you're like, okay, that's not even worth my time. What I mean there is I will basically take I will send you, it's like, okay, here's what we're going to do. And okay, you just guide me. Okay, for $1,000, you're going to look over this thing, make a few adjustments, and say, okay, JD, go do this and get 10 customers or 100 customers signed up. And then we'll be ready to do the 5,000 and leg up to the 10,000. So break it up into a few legs where I can do a lot of the work. And what's exciting is tomorrow I'm going to San Francisco. Do you know Wilson Sonsini Law Firm, the big one in Silicon Valley? They're the largest one in Silicon Valley. I'm speaking at their medical device conference on Friday to an audience of 700 people. And the way that we got that was the partner, this is the 27th annual medical device conference that they've done.
Yeah.
The partner who's been running this thing for 30 plus years attended one of our webinars and then cold called me and said, I need you to come speak. And I said, well, he said, I don't have, I can't pay speakers, but I can give you a hotel room at the Palace Hotel in downtown San Francisco. So I'm leaving tomorrow to go to that. And he also had me do another one. So I'm speaking in a panel tomorrow. And then on Friday, 700 people. And I'm going to try to have $25 signups ready over the weekend. So there's a lot of things that I don't think I'm your typical client in terms of social media bootcamp type stuff.
No.
I'll certainly go through it, but we've already got 16,000 people on our email list. I've got 16,000 people on my LinkedIn. Our email open rates are between 25 and 45%. So it's not just 16,000 whatever. It's a curated list. It's unbelievably clean because, as I mentioned before, I know who they are.
Yeah. Okay. I think there's stuff we could do there. I definitely do.
Okay.
Timing, we are maxed at this very point in time.
Okay, that's fine.
But and I'd have to go. I'm a visual kind of guy, but that's my workflow right now of VIP work.
Wow.
And we have Gantt charts and Dropbox and everything, but I still have Post-it notes.
I love that.
I just look at the wall and I look at the name and then I think, all right, got it. Whereas otherwise I have to go and look at this. It just doesn't stick out to me on a Gantt chart like it does on a Post-it note.
I would love that. I would love to have one of those because I'm the same way, like visual with colors. So my brain just likes that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it works for me brilliantly well. And so I'm like, that was January, that's February, that's April, May. This is June. She wants July. She wants September. She wants September, and I'm not sure about the next one. And then I got a side one that was supposed to be June, but they haven't said yes yet. Although they've said yes, they haven't said yes. So yeah. So realistically, early August, realistically.
Okay.
We could probably do some work in July. I know next week's nuts, but we could probably do some work in July. I could certainly look at stuff in July with you.
Okay. I'm
going to be speaking in an event in San Diego. No, not San Diego. In Palm Springs, actually. I'm doing it live into Florida on Zoom on the 16th of July. And then I got my Sassy retreat 16, 17, 18. And then I'm just going to stay in Palm Springs until August 12th. Because my Debbie's parents are coming from England, and we just rented a condo for a month, basically.
Nice.
And 2-bedroom unit. So we're going to be in Palm Springs for 3.5 weeks or so.
It only takes me an hour and a half to drive to Palm Springs.
Well, I drove it the other day because when you messaged me, I'd already left San Diego and just driven up through Temecula, and it's a beautiful drive, actually.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I liked it.
Did you go across the mountains?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Oh, it's spectacular. I drove recently from Vegas to Palm Springs as well.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. You go through Nevada, and then you see the Welcome to California, and there goes from a 4-lane highway to a 2-lane farm track covered in holes. And it's like, whoa, I guess they don't have the gambling money Nevada has. But it was tangible within like 200 yards.
Yeah.
Completely different road.
Yep. So, and you go through like 4 different climatic zones.
Oh, yeah, we did it mid-April, and it was pretty much the same, but
because you get the San Diego, and then you get the foothills, and then you get the high desert, and then you drop down into the low desert.
That's true. Yeah, you do. Yeah. So yeah, last week of July, first week of August, I'm in Palm Springs, and I'm just working from there. So that might work out really well.
That sounds like a good fit.
Okay, last week July, this week August. Okay, yeah. Send me the branding stuff. I've got this lady should be here any minute again now, and so I can see what I've got to work with.
Sure.
That would be great, man.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Really great talking.
Honesty, and I love your passion, man.
I'm definitely passionate. Those founders, they need this education.
And you're the man.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
All right. Bye for now.